Hi, and welcome to Alchemist Whim. I'm Alchemist Jen, and thanks for joining me on this fine day. Hope it's an alright day for you. Today's whim of the day is to just see what happens. Whim is whimming. So I did a doodle, so it is with an octopus, and it says, deep breath, count to 8, let it go. So it's good to do. Breathing exercises, amazing. Good and healthy. Take a moment, center yourself, find yourself sometimes. Kitty moved and I looked at him, so that's what I just did. Sometimes I get distracted very easily. So I have some yarn to show off. I did one that's a lot of blues and some speckling that turned in some interesting formations. So same yarn, just to kind of took the dyed a little differently. So it's very cool, very soft. I love this base. Alpaca Eco Superwash with a little bit of nylon for some rigidity and stability, but it's just super soft and super cozy, super fun, right, Kitty? Kitty gets it. Coming up with a name still, so something about ocean and something deep and potentially orcas are on my mind. Maybe a whale of a tail and call it good at that or something. I don't know. I'm working on it. Whale tail. It's kind of what it has to be now. Okay, it kind of has to be that now. Oh, I'm so sorry. And not at all. If it makes me laugh, it's the right name usually. This one's another one. So just gorgeous colors on this one. Super excited. And then the next vid I'm planning on showing you my plans for yarn combinations for a top that I'm going to be working on. So I'm super excited about that too. So this one I've not named. Let's see if we can come up with something silly. So it's got green and kind of, this is amethyst, and then a beautiful blue. Right, Kitty? What do you think? He says it's snuggleable. I don't know. Getting visions of something appley. I had something earlier in my mind about this, but I can't remember it. It's different when you see it open versus closed, I think, sometimes, into a skein. I'll come up with something, but the other one is obviously what it has to be. And this one needs to be something as well. Right, Kitty? You gonna help me out? He's gonna sit on my knitting because it looks like a lot of string and he's excited about that. So I might not get to that if we're gonna have kitty face on it. Hi, Kitty. Say hi to everybody. Hi, everyone. Yeah. Cool. You're a good boy. He's so goofy. Such a hugger. Is that good? Alright. So, let's go up here if you like. I have some cotton yarns too, so I might come back to this one giving it a name. I don't know. It wasn't as obvious as the other one. Didn't have things that kind of popped into my mind or a feeling yet. So I'll work on that feeling, see what I feel at a different time. So these are cotton yarns. So really enjoy how this batch kind of goes together too color-wise. They're for amigurumi creatures. It's happening. I just put on a whole bunch more to dye today. So another 5. It works well in my tub. I put little salad containers, honestly, and it works as a really great dyeing vat, because I do about 3 skeins at a time. Don't need to do a lot. You don't need a lot of yarn for amigurumi if you're going to do different colors. So I figured it's nice to have variety. less gains total, but I won't need as many. So that's my current plan there. So great colors, ta-da! And working on the patterns for those starting real soon. And go see how this batch dies up. I've got a little bit more to make too. I like to have just my full palette before I start to make something, at least at this point. I don't know, it's my thing when when I crochet something, it's part of my process for design too. Color does play a lot into how I want it to feel. So, I mean, I obviously can be modified afterwards, but that initial color really does affect how I see the whole piece and how I want it to speak. So, so I'm waiting till I have all my color options before I make those decisions, because it's going to be just stronger design process for me. I'm all about that process, so it's very important. So I yawn, I apologize for that. So I'm still kind of like obsessing over naming this. So I've got greens, I've got blue, I've got that amethyst. It's like a, I don't know, I'm feeling some sort of rune something, or I don't know, like bending them over. Sometimes I can see how they're going to interact if they, when they're knitted. You can see just the different sections that'll come out from it too. Sometimes that helps me decide how it feels, if I can imagine it with, you know, as a fabric. Sometimes I'll see, you know, what it should be called that way too. So, and this one feels pretty magical. It feels a little fairy-like, something like that. I'm still not really jiving on it yet. So, you just watch me through this process of naming as I hold up balls of yarn, fluffy balls, and be a complete dork, because that's totally normal for me, and I am embracing it. So as I'm like not even looking at you, I'm just like looking at these. Maybe if I set them up here so you can see them as well too, and be this tunnel of awesomeness here. And the side, I'm just thinking of mushrooms, and maybe it's just like a pleasant trip. I don't know. I'll come back. I'll like turn off the camera and then be all like, oh my gosh, that was totally it the whole time, and why didn't I say it on the camera, right, Kitty? Kitty? Yeah. Kitty has definitely opinions that he wants to be hugged. Yeah, he's sitting on my knitting still, by the way, guys. So, you know, typical awesome cat there. Something nightly, something magical of some kind, but I can't decide whether it is. Feels very foresty. I feel like I had something earlier, and you wouldn't know what this is. I don't even know if I even said it out loud, so that even I got it in my head. Open it up and see if I'll get some ideas of where I was thinking there. Really has a nice progression from the mostly green, a lot of blue, and some of the amethyst. Oh, that's cool. I like the color. It's gonna go really well with the other yarns I'm gonna show you for the next video as I'm designing this top. So I kind of feel like it's almost like a, I don't know, I think of a hinge, I think of a I don't know. for? I just don't know. Almost like a pansy. It's like a flower. Maybe like a apocalyptic orchid or something like that. It doesn't look scary. Resistant orchid. Resistant to what? Rebel orchid. I don't know. Maybe that'll work. Maybe it won't. I can't decide, but I like the other one. And now, like, that bar is set so high, then I feel like I'm not being funny enough with this one. So, I will have to ponder more. But anyway, you've probably watched me ramble on about this enough as is. I feel like it's like almost there. Good. Yeah, it's there somewhere. It's not there right now. That's fine. I think that's interesting in the process of, you know, creating and then running into something, especially when you make a decision on one, but then the other one still needs a decision. Sometimes you need to give it a little space, let it breathe, and give your brain a little bit of a break from it so that it can see it and contemplate it. So that's what I'm going to do. It's the right thing to do, and it's the only option, unless I come up with a silly name like Rebel Orchid, which is still not a bad name, but I feel like what's the other one is so funny with Whale Tail. This one's just going to be, I don't know, maybe it just has to be its own little fairy door or something. Fairly dorky. Fairy dorky. Anyway, dorky fairy. I don't know. Anyway, so that will come together. And then I'm working on like whether I actually want to give my cotton yarns a name. I probably need to name the line. Or the colors somehow. So I'll have to figure that out, see what my naming scheme is there. Everything else is just punny, so, but this one actually feels like it's more of a grouping on purpose, and so having something that's interacting with itself might be more interesting to come up with something a little more clever. So I'll come up with an interesting way to name them, mayhaps. Alright, thanks for joining me today. I hope you have a super rest of your day, and we'll see where the whim takes us next time. Toodaloo.